All right, so up here, looking again at another question that you can use Desmos to help you with. So they're asking you select all of the expressions that are equivalent to 9x to the fourth minus y squared. So we want to see which one of these choices are the same. And honestly, looking at this question, this is not a very simple question just to be able to look and be like, oh yeah, I think these two answers are the same. You're going to want to use Desmos. So first thing we want to type in is the original expression or equation they gave us. So 9x to the fourth minus y squared. And you might be noticing like, wait a minute, there's no graph. What is going on here? If you ever see this exclamation mark pop up, that means there's a problem. So sometimes it'll even give you a pretty good suggestion. It says try adding an equal sign to turn this into an equation. So I know it's kind of weird, but you can just set it equal to 0. And now I see my graph. So if it doesn't pop up, and this is going to happen if you have X's and Y's, that's usually where these kind of have a problem, is you can just set them equal to 0 to get your graph. So if you ever do see that little exclamation mark, though, hover it, because sometimes it'll kind of give you a hint of maybe what you need to do. But now that we got our graph, we're just going to graph these choices one at a time and see if they're the same. They can be a little bit tricky to type in, so just be careful as you're typing these in right, and you're going to see you get the same error. It says try adding an equal sign. So we're going to make all of these things we graph have an equal 0 at the end. So if you can see, this blue graph, it covers part of my red equation, but not the whole thing. So that's not an answer. It has to be the entire graph that's the same. Let's try the next one. Oops, figure that out. So we'll try the second box. We're looking at this one here. So let's see, 3x squared parentheses, oops, move the cursor down, parentheses squared minus parentheses y squared. And then once again, it has that error, we have to put in equal 0. If you notice, this one's the same. Like, do you notice the green's on top of that red graph? That means it is a choice. So I do want to check this one. Let's try the third option. And I highly recommend, I know watching this video, you might be like, oh yeah, this looks easy, but you should really practice typing these into Desmos because it can be kind of tricky to get all these powers and parentheses exactly where you want them. So I highly recommend you try this. You're going to see this choice is also the same. Like it's the green is on top of the red. Let's try the next one. And I know it's a little bit tedious for this question, but I mean, you have 3 hours when you're taking this test. So I mean, it's worth the time to invest in a question like this because you're going to get this question right as long as you're typing these in right. But this fourth choice is not the same, so I'm not going to check this box. And we just got one more to check. So 3x squared plus y, 3x squared minus y. Also put that equals 0. You're going to see this is the same. So it would be these 3 choices are the same. So you should be checking all your choices anyways, but especially if it's a question where it says select all, you really do need to check every single choice because it could be more than just one of them. So I hope this is helpful. Good luck on your EOC.